What's going on, guys? It's Snoo603, and today this is actually going to be a pretty quick one. It's something I've been meaning to talk about for a while, but I wanted to give the game sufficient time to allow myself to make sure that it wasn't just kind of like knee-jerk reaction. But with that in mind, Rush is dead to me. What happened? Seriously, what the fuck happened to Rush in Battlefield 4? Let me backtrack a minute. Before I get into the issues that I have with Rush on Battlefield 4, I'll take a step back and cover my experience with Rush in the Battlefield series. I did play Battlefield Bad Company 2 a little bit, very, very minimal experience, and I played Rush a little bit on that, but I didn't really know anything about the series at the time to really understand what I was doing or what was going on. So, but I enjoyed the game enough that I saw Battlefield 3 coming out, had a lot of hype about it, so we jumped onto it, and you know that the rest of that is history, as they would say, as far as the channel goes. And Rush was like my go-to game on Battlefield 3. I don't know how many hours I put into it. I think on PC I had about 100 hours on Battlefield 3, and then on PS3 I had maybe like another 200 hours or so. I had a lot of time into the game, and the vast majority of the time I like to play Rush. Rush was my thing, because it offered so much to the game. It offered every phase of it. You could play, you know, like long range, take advantage of the bigger maps that you get with Battlefield, or you could play up close around the objectives, so you know the MCOMs, and keep it strictly infantry based, like close quarters, just constant action. And occasionally, if you're on a map that actually played it, you could just stick to vehicles and you could do that. That's what I liked about Rush. It had everything. It was the total experience without it being like, you know, Conquest gives you the total experience, but the downside to Conquest is that the gameplay is a lot slower. There's some maps that, yeah, went a lot faster, but generally Conquest is slower. I guess that's, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. That's exactly what I liked. I kind of got off a little off track there. And went a little out of order. I meant to say, what was it about Battlefield 3 Rush that I liked so much? And I covered everything about that. But to kind of actually, elaborate on that a little bit. The balance of the maps felt good. So again, what was it that I liked about Rush in Battlefield 3? The balance felt good on most of the maps. There were some that, you know, okay, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done it that way because it favors one side a little bit more than the other, but no big deal. For the majority of the game, the maps, I felt that they did a great job with Rush on Battlefield 3. The designs of the maps, like the areas that you could play, because I know that obviously they took the whole playable area from Conquest and shrunk it down and made it a little bit more linear to play to Rush, and I liked what they did on most of the maps. And the MCOM locations, for the most part, again, were good. Just in general, to me, they did a great job with it. But, you know, and that's it. Those are my main points, but that's all there was to it. Rush is a pretty simple game mode when you knock it down to its bare bones minimum basics. It's just make sure it's got good map design and don't put the MCOMs in stupid places. What didn't I like about Rush in Battlefield 3 that I want to see in Battlefield 4? I want to see some slightly better map design overall. I mean, it's kind of hard to expand on it because, like I said, it was pretty goddamn good. The only issues that I really had, to give one specific example, was, say, the first MCOM locations on Grand Bazaar. I thought that was kind of a lazy spot, and it really benefited the defending team a lot more than it did the attacking team. There's no balance to it. You know, when the MCOMs was in this teeny tiny room that was really close to the defending team's spawn, actually it may have been close to the attacking teams. No, okay, I take that back. It was closer to the attacking teams, but nonetheless, it was in a really, really small room, so if you didn't get that one first, the defending team could just get in there and lock that room down. It really took a concentrated team effort to get in there. So with all that said, going to the heart of the issue, what happened to Rush on Battlefield 4? In a nutshell, it comes down to pretty much three main points. There's poor map designs, incredibly lazy MCOM locations, and I guess it's actually 2 points, because the third one isn't so much of a point as an observation. That to me, it feels like Rush was like the last game mode on their list of priorities when they were building Battlefield 4. And it was a shame, because I think that Battlefield 3, or sorry, not Rush in general, is a really, really good game mode to help break the ice to new players. Like I said, it offers a little bit of everything. If you want to take advantage of the bigger maps, you can do that, and you can play at longer ranges. If you're coming over from Call of Duty, you could get that same kind of, you know, sense in the game mode, because you could play close quarters around the objectives and make it really, really action-packed and play very, very fast. If you really want to take advantage of just the vehicles, no problem. There were some maps that they had vehicles. You could play tank, or you could play in the lav, whatever it was. And yet, for whatever reason, it just seems like there was no priority given to Battlefield 4 to I keep saying the game mode, the game, not the game mode. It doesn't seem like they gave really any thought to rush. They just thought, you know what, we can just kind of hack job this, and if it is what it is at the end result, because it's not a big deal. Because conquest is apparently the main game mode that most people want to play with, and I don't know what they were thinking, and it's infuriating because Rush was my baby. I loved Rush. I know plenty of other people that did, and at least on PC, there's like no one playing Rush anymore. There's almost no servers to choose from. Looking in North America, with like no limitations whatsoever beyond that, there's only like 8 servers at any given time that are playing Rush. That's really bad. Like, you think about it, in the entirety of North America, there's only upwards of 8 Rush servers, and at least a couple of those are actually a rotation of other game modes, and they just have Rush in it as well. So dedicated, we're talking 5 servers, give or take, that are dedicated to Rush. That's pretty bad. That, to me, that's a very, very good indication of just how badly they messed up this game mode. There's nothing else that I can say to it. It's pure, utter, saddening disappointment. And the fact that what used to be such an awesome go-to game mode in Battlefield 3 is now a ghost town and a complete pile of garbage on Battlefield 4. That's my take on it. I would love to hear what everyone else has to say about it, because this is something I really haven't dedicated any time or energy yet to, but I am now. I really want to hear what people say. This kind of ties into a couple of videos I have for a short series coming up, kind of going back and reviewing several different aspects of the game, and that should start next week. I got to get a couple more things done within the game first before I can go ahead and make that transition to get the series started, if you know what I mean. But anywho, I'm rambling. I'm done. I want to know what you guys think of Rush. Give me constructive criticism, please. Be as constructive as you can, please. Just saying stupid shit isn't going to help us, and does nothing to help the conversation get going. I want to see some good debate inside the comments. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll catch you later.